No, we changed it. Go ahead.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Ravens at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
2nd and 10. Jackson, options out left. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. He becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best. We'll see more of that in the future.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback?
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Play action. It's Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, right back to Gibson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and 9. Now it's Jackson. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Still fighting for more. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Forward. Nice shot.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Hey, look at this Baltimore defense.
They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cortland Sutton, 26 yards. And the Oilers are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. Now Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Seven, our score after 1. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. Gibson again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Wow, just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
Hey, middle.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen. And we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him. He doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Now, that's a play to applaud, because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
13.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
What?
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
Hey, middle. Middle.
Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Tucker's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Murray now. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Hey, report.
Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They go play action now. Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with the tackle.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Ozzie, sit up. Sit up.
Throwing is Jackson.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
A great touchdown here in this first half.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Julian Love.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jackson steps away. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Give him 32 on the play.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down,
and the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A final shot before half for Murray. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's caught inside the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And I think the ball's out.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. To throw is Murray.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Murray rolling to his right.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Flowers. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
No, we changed it. Let's go.
In motion left, Flowers. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Yo.
From the gun, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he stopped immediately there.
The tackle made there by Drew Sanders.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lamar changing the look. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And down to the 36-yard line here.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Flowers going to go in motion right. They'll run with Gibson.
Running right through him. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman,
29 yards.
and the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Murray going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Murray. He'll air this one out for Mims. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this 2nd half. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And now here is another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
Report!
Once more, Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
First down 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's got a man he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jerry Jeudy, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Oilers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. He tried to keep it himself but can't stretch his way in. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about. But as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
A give running right, Gibson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Jackson to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A handoff for Gibson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
In motion left, Flowers. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
13.
Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Still shedding tackles. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Murray now to throw. Forced it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but Definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb.